I wrote this fast because it kept changing when I looked away. I'm a PI. Male. I don't write much. I take notes. That night I went back to the old courthouse. Records room. After hours. I had a missing kid case. A girl hired me. Said the police lost the file. Said her brother was gone a long time. The back door lock didn't catch. It never does. I shut it 2 times. It clicked and pushed back. I left it. I needed the file. I thought I'd be in and out. The hall smelled like paper, old glue, dust. My flashlight blinked twice on the landing. I hit it with my palm. It steadied. I said it was fine. It wasn't. I should have gone home. I keep saying that, but I don't think I said it then. I rolled a metal cart down into the records room. Small wheels. They squealed on the concrete. I didn't need the cart. I used it anyway. Habit. It made me feel like I had a plan. Inside, it was rows of shelves and gray boxes. Rubber bands loose and dead. A date stamp on a desk by the door. Red ink pad next to it. The air was cold between the shelves. Colder than the hall. A draft. That room always had gaps. The vents never worked, I think. I set the flashlight on the cart. It made a dim cone. Paper rustled somewhere. Might have been me moving. I heard counting then. Light. A child's voice. 1, 2, 3. Under breath. Like a game. I froze. I listened. It stopped. I told myself it was street noise. It wasn't. There aren't streets that close. I don't know. I pulled the index drawer for Judge's seals. It stuck, then slid. The cart squeaked a little when I leaned on it. I saw dust everywhere. My fingers left lines. On the metal drawer face were marks I didn't make. Small handprints. Much smaller than mine. Smudged in dust. I wiped them. My rag came back gray. I told myself they were old. They weren't there a second ago. I think I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Somewhere deeper, a drawer slid shut. The sound was soft, but clear. Then the date stamp clacked on the desk. One sharp hit. No one at the desk. The stamp sat where I'd seen it. I said hello. Nothing. My voice sounded wrong. Thin. Thin. I found the case index. Missing child. Same last name as my client. Box number. Aisle 4B. The flashlight hiccuped again. I hit it. It blinked, came back. The draft got colder as I moved down 4B. It slid between my sleeves. I rubbed my forearms. I told myself the boiler was off. The boiler's been gone for years. I know that now. Maybe I knew it then. I pulled the first box. Seals. Twine cut already. Inside, old manila folders. I thumbed them. Paper edges bit my skin. It stung. I smelled old ink. The third folder had the right case number. I opened it on the cart. The top page was a photo. Black and white. A boy. Maybe 8. Face turned a little. Both eyes punched out with a hole punch. Clean circles. I put my thumb over one hole. It felt wrong. The paper was cold. Behind me, someone counted. 4, 5, 6. Whisper light. Close. I spun. The flashlight slid and rolled. It threw wild light. Shelves. A pillar. Nothing. The voice stopped. My heart kicked hard. I picked up the light. My hand shook. I'm not a shaky guy. I was cold. I don't know why. I checked the rest of the file. Notes. Judge's orders. A receipt. Release to sealed boxes. I saw my last name stamped in red at the bottom. Released to. My name. The date was older than me working. Too old. I didn't sign that. Different ink. Different stamp. I touched it again. The paper felt damp. It wasn't. The date stamp clacked again. 2 hits. Clack. Clack. I looked at the desk. It hadn't moved. The red pad lid was open now. I didn't leave it like that. I hadn't touched it. I think I hadn't. I said the boy's name out loud. The one on the file. I said, "I'm not here to hurt you." My voice bounced down the aisle. It sounded smaller coming back. My throat felt tight. Behind me, counting started again. 7. 8. A little faster. Breath in between the numbers. A small breath. It moved when I moved. I turned. It stopped. When I turned back, it started. Someone behind me. I knew that. I still didn't see him. The microfilm reader sat against the far wall. Old glass hood. I don't know why I went to it. Habit. I like to cross-check. I rolled the cart over. The wheels scraped. The room answered with more paper rustle, like something moving inside boxes. Maybe I did that. The air felt thick. I threaded the film. My fingers fumbled. The bulb flickered on. Flicker, flicker. A low hum. The image jumped. News clippings. Missing boy. Same photo. Eyes intact in the paper. Not punched out. The glass of the reader showed me faint and gray. My face and the shelves behind me. The film flicker made it strobe. On the glass, in my reflection, I saw something small over my shoulder. A head barely to my ribs. The face was the photo face. Eyes were black holes. Not like missing eyes. More like holes that drank the light. That's not right. I don't like how that sounds. It was just empty. Smooth skin and 2 empty spots. It stood so close my jacket moved. I felt breath on my neck. It was cold and damp. The counting was right at my ear. 9. 10. I turned slow. I don't know why I did it slow. There was no one. The aisles were clear, but my jacket still pressed in. I backed into the reader and it squealed. The bulb flickered harder. It went out. The glass went black. I clicked the switch. Nothing. I left it. I took the file and the box top. I figured I'd copy it and leave. I told myself that. My hands didn't listen. I found the judge's sealed crates at the end of 4B. Wooden. Twine wrapped. Red wax. The wax was cracked already. Someone had opened them. Maybe me earlier. I don't think so. The card on top said "Do not remove." The judge's name. His stamp. Date. Old. I pulled the twine. It fell apart in my hands. It left dust on my fingers. Inside were more files. Bundles. I pulled one. It was marked disposition. The first page had the boy's name. The second had assigned to my full name. Stamped. Same red as before. That stamp didn't exist when this was typed. It can't. I stood there with it. My hand shook again. I said, "That's not me." I said it like someone else was there to argue. No one answered. Counting started again. Very soft. 1. 2. From the open crate. From the open crate. I stepped back. The cart rolled a little forward by itself and hit my shin. I swore and shoved it. The wheels squealed. Somewhere to my right, a lower drawer slid out and fell. The bang was sharp. I jumped. Dust lifted and hung in the flashlight beam. Little handprints appeared on the fallen drawer face. 2 on the metal, 1 next to my knee, 1 on my pant leg, right thigh. I felt the pressure and looked down. No hand there. Just the print smeared in dust, fresh. My skin under the cloth went cold. It burned after. I slapped at it. The dust smeared. The date stamp clacked 3 times fast. The breath was at the back of my neck again. I snapped around and swung the flashlight. The beam cut a small shape in the end of the aisle. Short, bare feet. I think they were bare. It moved. Fast. It was there, and then it was closer. I didn't hear steps. Only the counting. 3, 4, 5. He didn't blink. No eyes to blink. I saw the sockets. Clean and wrong. Not blood. Just blank. Again, I don't have the right words. It made my stomach turn. I grabbed a box to throw. The bottom fell out. Files spilled and slapped the concrete. Paper rustled and slid under my shoes. The small thing came low. Arms up. Small hands. Nails? I felt tiny fingers dig into my wrist. Pressure, and then pain. It bit me. No, not bitten. I felt teeth. I don't think it had a mouth. My skin broke anyway. I don't know how. I yanked free. Blood ran hot to my palm. I swung the flashlight with my good hand. It hit something soft and then hit metal. The beam went wild. It cracked. Light died. The room went dark. I went with my body then. No plan. I pushed forward into the shelf. It rocked. Boxes slid and fell. The sound was heavy and dull. The child shape moved fast sideways. I felt little hands on my ankle. Nails cut above my shoe. I kicked. My heel hit something small. It let go. Counting didn't stop. 6, 7. Breath mixed in. Fast now. He knocked the cart. It rolled. Wheels squealed. It hit my shin again. I fell to a knee. A box tipped and smacked my shoulder. I tasted dust. It filled my nose. I crawled under the desk by the door. The date stamp was on the floor now. It was on its side. The red pad had soaked into papers. My fingers found the stamp. I gripped it like a rock. I heard the small feet skitter. No, I didn't hear feet. I felt the air move. Cold draft pushed into the desk space. It wrapped my neck. He said 8, 9, right in my ear. I slammed the stamp out into the dark. It hit skin. It sank. It made a sound I don't want to describe. It's not important. It made the counting stop for half a second. I rolled and hit the door with my shoulder. It opened. The lock didn't catch. It never does. I went through and slammed it. It bounced. It didn't latch. A small hand came through the gap. I swear it did. Or maybe it was my head imagining things. I kicked the door and jammed the stamp in the strike. The door held half an inch. I stood there and held the knob. My breath was loud. I waited for dawn. I don't know how long I stood there. My watch stopped. The hall window stayed dark. It should have gone gray by 5. It didn't. I survived the night. I wrote that. I don't think dawn came. Maybe I missed it. Maybe the windows were painted. Maybe I didn't look. I'm writing this sitting on the floor by the door. My wrist hurts. It's sticky. I'll get stitches later. The records room is quiet now. The air is still. The cartwheels don't squeak. The stamp lies by my foot, red side down. The file I took is next to me. The photo of the boy is on top. His eyes are punched out. The bottom of the photo has a new stamp. My name. Fresh red. I didn't do that. I didn't hit the stamp. I don't think I did. No, wait. Listen. There it is again. Counting. Soft. 1, 2. Coming from inside the file box by my feet. I hope you enjoyed that one. Sometimes these stories stay with you longer than you expect. If you'd like to hear more, subscribe for the next night's story. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and maybe watch another before the lights go out. See you in the next one.